Then I'll tell you what changed my whole life when I finally discovered it's all risky. The minute you were born, it got risky. If you think trying is risky, wait till they hand you the bill for not trying. If you think investing is risky, wait till you get the tab for not investing. See, it's all risky. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Going into business is risky. Investing your money is risky. It's all risky. I'll tell you how risky life is. You're not going to get out alive.
What are you trying to accomplish? That's the question. Because we have to accomplish happiness. That has to be the goal. And if you actually pressure yourself to be happy versus pressuring yourself to be a success, then you have a totally different conversation with yourself. And when you start doing that for yourself, not to prove it to your spouse or your siblings or your parents or the people you went to school with, then it gets really good. It gets really good when it gets really quiet, and it's super quiet for me. I don't hear the claps and I don't hear the boos. I just navigate. I love my process. I love the pain of being an entrepreneur. I love that it's lonely. I love the game. I just want you to love the game.
Tell me one thing in your life that is great that came as a result of being comfortable. All the great things in my life, all the great things in other high achievers' lives, all the reasons that these successful people that you look up to, that you aspire to be like, are the way they are, have all come from a place of being uncomfortable. When you're trying to avoid the pain, when you're trying to avoid the struggle, when you're trying to avoid the hard things in life, you are actively choosing to be average, and you are actively choosing to move further away from what you want in life, because that hardship and that pain and that struggle, they give you the skills that will forge you into a motherfucking champion.
Most successful people I know are the most self-aware, meaning they're aware of what they do and they're also aware of what they think, they're aware of how they're perceived. So here's some stats you need to know. Number one is, average person, you and I have about 75,000 thoughts a day rattling around in this thing we call our brains. The crazy thing is 91% of those thoughts are identical to the previous day and are identical to the day before that and the day before that and the day before that. So the difference in our life is 9% of our thoughts. That's why people say all the time, the difference between winning and losing is so small, it's almost too scary to talk about. And really, we've identified what it is. It's 9% of what we think about alters the direction of our life. So what I'm here to tell you today is, you've got to hone in and get aware of what you think about and then alter those 9% of the thoughts that are variable on a daily basis to serve you.
How is it possible that school is making kids less intelligent? The fact is, there is so much more than just one type of intelligence. And while school can make you more academically intelligent, it can teach you physics, algebra, calculus. It is diminishing the children's creative intelligence. It is teaching them to think a certain way, to go down a certain path in life. It is telling them, go to high school, get a diploma. Go to a good college, find a stable job. And if you don't do that, you won't be successful.
I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I was taught I could do everything.
If you're really a millionaire, let's have a spin in your Lambo.
Yeah, sure, but I don't have one.
Let's go to a 5-star restaurant instead then.
Well, I've got leftovers at home. I don't want to waste my money.
What? You don't have a Lambo or eat 5-star? You're not a millionaire.
I don't need to prove my wealth by buying expensive things. Buy what you want, not what society expects.
In life, there's two types of people. There's the people that own the store, and there's the people that scrape the shit off the floor. And you have to decide, which one are you? Never pursue entrepreneurship for the greed of money. It has nothing to do with it at all. The whole reason to be an entrepreneur is the pursuit of freedom.
Can you see yourself working for somebody else?
I never have.
Can you see it?
I'm used to having a company where the ideas that I have are something that I can easily pursue. So I think it'd be a tough transition.
If you had stayed at Harvard a few more years, would this computer revolution have passed you by?
Perhaps. Things move very quickly in the industry, and it was really the urgency to get out there and be the first one to put a basic on the microcomputer that caused me to drop.
Part of your genius is that you are a computer whiz, and the other is that you did have the business acumen to turn it into a working company. Are you a business genius too?
Well, I wouldn't say genius. I enjoy working with the people, talking about what we're going to get done, getting real excited, making sure that the structure is there, that the ideas get measured properly, and really leading the company. That's exciting.
Being nice doesn't make you likable. The human brain is designed to gather resources and look for threats. It's also habit forming, which means anything that repeats and is not a threat will be ignored. If you're spending your time trying to show everyone that you're not dangerous and you're always available to help, then you will at best be momentarily praised and then ignored. Because your lack of danger makes you irrelevant to one part of the brain, and your constant availability makes you habit forming and worthy of being taken for granted by the other. It's not that people are treating you unfairly after your acts of niceness. It's that you're not observing the laws of the nature of the human mind. You should be nice occasionally because you desire to be nice, not because you think you should be, or because it will get you something, because it won't. Being nice isn't how you get what you want. And when you fully internalize that truth, your mind will be willing to look for more direct connections between what you want and how to get it. There are other ways to make the world a better place than by laying yourself out as a doormat for everyone else.